Good day everyone. So today we will going to talk about the local and international language policy, specifically the MTB-MLE policy in the Philippines and the Pattani Malay-Thai mother tongue-based bilingual education program in Thailand.
So let's begin with local, which is the Philippines. Philippines mother tongue-based multilingual education or MTB-MLE policy was institutionalized in 2012 through the Department of Education's DepEd Order No. 74, Series of 2012 as a part of the Enhanced Basic Education Act or the K-12. So the policy mandates the use of the learner's first language, which is the mother tongue, as the primary medium of instruction from kindergarten to grade 3, followed by the gradual transition to Filipino and English as additional languages of instruction. So the Philippines mother tongue-based multilingual education or the MTB-MLE policy established in 2012 through the DepEd Order No. 74, it requires the use of the student's first language, which is the mother tongue, as the main language of instruction from kindergarten to grade 3. After this, Filipino and English are gradually introduced as additional languages for teaching. This policy is part of the K-12 education reform. So let's proceed with the primary aim of MTB-MLE. First, improve literacy and learning outcomes. Using the mother tongue helps children understand lessons better, especially in these early years. When students learn in a language they already know, they grasp reading, writing, and basic concepts more easily, leading to a stronger academic foundations. Second is promote linguistic diversity and cultural identity. So the policy values and preserves the many languages and cultures in the Philippines. By using local languages in schools, it encourages pride in one's heritage and helps keep indigenous languages alive. And lastly is support inclusive education and social cohesion. So MTB-MLE makes education more accessible to all children, including those from remote or marginalized communities. It helps bridge communication gaps, promotes equality in learning, and fosters unity in a diverse multilingual society.
And now let's proceed to the introduction of Thai. The Pattani Malay-Thai mother tongue-based bilingual education program is a language education initiative implemented in southern Thailand, primarily in the conflict-affected provinces of Pattani, Yala, and Malay-Thai. Launched as a pilot in 2006 through cooperation between Thailand's Ministry of Education and also the international organizations like UNICEF and Mahidol University. This program uses Pattani Malay, the local mother tongue, as the language of instruction in the early years of education, gradually transitioning to Thai. So, the Pattani Malay-Thai mother tongue-based bilingual education program is a 2006 pilot project aimed at improving education in Thailand's southern conflict areas. It teaches children in their native language, Pattani Malay, during the early years of schooling. The program then gradually shifts instruction to Thai, helps students integrate into their national system. This method supports better learning and also preserves the local language. And now let's move on to the next slide, which is the primary aim of Pattani Malay-Thai mother tongue-based bilingual education program. So there are two, which are the improve educational outcomes and also the promote social inclusion for the Malay Muslim minority population who have historically faced marginalization and lower literacy rates. So the first one is improve educational outcomes. So this one means to enhance students' learning results, such as higher test scores, better reading and writing skills, and also the overall academic performance. It focuses on making sure students understand what they are taught can apply it effectively. This can be achieved through better teaching methods, appropriate language use, and also the supportive learning environments. The goal of this is to help students succeed in school and gain useful knowledge and skills. And the second one is to promote social inclusion for the Malay Muslim minority population who have historically faced marginalization and lower literacy rates. So this means is to helping the Malay Muslim minority feel accepted and included in the society. It addresses their past experiences of exclusion, discrimination, and most of that on their limited access to quality education. By promoting social inclusion, the goal is to give them equal opportunities and improve their literacy and participation in national life. This helps reduce inequality and build a more united on their community.
Now let's proceed to the objectives of MTB-MLE and Pattani Malay-Thai mother tongue-based bilingual education program. So for the MTB-MLE policy objectives, first is to enhance early literacy and foundational skills. So using the learner's first language, which is the mother tongue, it helps them understand lessons better and develop basic skills like reading, writing, numeracy more effectively in the early grades. Then second is to promote appreciation and preservation of the country's linguistic and cultural diversity. So by using local languages in education, students learn to value their own heritage. It helped to preserve the many unique languages and cultures of the Philippines. Then third one is to facilitate smoother transitions to Filipino and English as language of instruction in higher grades. So starting with more mother tongue, build strong languages and thinking skills. So it will make it more easier for learners to eventually understand and use Filipino and English in later years. Then last one for MTB-MLE is to support inclusive and equitable quality education for all learners regardless of linguistic background. So MTB-MLE ensures that all children, especially those from non-dominant language groups, have equal access to learning by using a language they understand from the beginning. Now let's move on to the Pattani Malay-Thai mother tongue-based bilingual education program objectives. So first is to improve early grade literacy and educational outcomes in the southern provinces. So teaching in the learner's mother tongue, which is the Pattani Malay, helps children understand lessons better, leading to stronger reading and learning skills in the early grades. Then the second one is to preserve Pattani Malay language and cultural identity. So using Pattani Malay in schools supports the protection and continued use of the language, and it helps children to stay connected to their cultural roots and traditions. Then the third one is to promote peace and mutual understanding between minority communities and the Thai state. So by recognizing and respecting the language and identity of the Pattani Malay communities, the program builds trust, reduces tensions, and encourages cooperation between the local people and the government. So now let's proceed to the implementation strategies. So for the MTB-MLE policy, first is the curriculum design. So instruction begins in the mother tongue from kindergarten to grade 3, and it will help learners build strong foundational skills. So Filipino and English are gradually introduced, becoming primary languages of instruction by grade 4 and beyond. So next one is the teacher training. Specialized training programs equip teachers with skills in mother tongue instruction and multilingual teaching methods, which will ensure effective delivery of lessons across different languages. Third one is the material development. Textbooks, storybooks, and teaching aids are developed and distributed in 19 major Philippine languages, which will support instruction and promoting literacy in learners' first languages. Then the last one is the assessment. Language appropriate literacy and achievement tests are used to track students' progress in multiple languages, ensuring fair and accurate measurement of learning outcomes. Now we have also here the Pattani Malay-Thai mother tongue-based bilingual education program implementation strategies. First is the curriculum design. Lessons start in Pattani Malay during the early grades to build strong literacy and comprehension skills, then gradually transition to Thai as the main language of instruction by grade 4. The next one is the teacher training. Teachers are provided with specialized training in bilingual education methods and effective strategies for teaching in both Pattani Malay and Thai, which will ensure that they can support students through the language transition. Then third one is the assessment. Localized assessment tools are used to measure literacy and learning progress in both Pattani Malay and Thai, which will take the account into the students' linguistic and cultural backgrounds.
Now let's try to see the challenges faced by the MTB-MLE implementation in the Philippines. First, shortage of qualified teachers fluent in specific mother tongues. Limited instructional materials in less widely spoken local languages. Resistance in some communities and stakeholders favoring English or Filipino dominance. And lastly, logistic difficulties in implementing the policy across thousands of islands and diverse linguistic groups. Now let's try to see the challenges faced in implementing the Pattani Malay-Thai MTB-BEP in Thailand, their language policy. First, limited number of trained bilingual teachers. Same goes with the Philippines. Political sensitiveness regarding the ethnic identity and nationalism. Uneven acceptance among local officials and community leaders. Now let's try to see the impact it made to the educational setting and to the children in general. First, let's tackle the MTB-MLE language policy of the Philippines. It improved early grade reading and writing skills in many pilot regions. It greater learner confidence and classroom participation. It strengthened cultural identity and respect for linguistic diversity. And it has a great influence to the positive community and parental support for local language education. Now, let's try to see the impact it made of the Pattani Malay-Thai MTB-BEP language policy to the Thailand educational setting and children. First, it increased student confidence and participation in early grades. It higher test scores in both languages compared to monolingual Thai programs. It has also a great contribution to the positive shifts in parental attitudes towards schooling and official education. Though it might be slow, but the growing institutional support for mother tongue education. Those impacts it made to educational setting and children is a testament that indeed allowing the mother tongue language to be used in education in everyday setting can also give or contribute a great difference or change of the children's proficiency, efficacy, and their individual growth. The Philippine mother tongue-based multilingual education policy exemplifies a progressive, culturally responsive approach to education in a linguistically rich country. while challenges in teacher training, materials development, and acceptance remain, the policy has demonstrated promising results in improving literacy and fostering inclusivity. The Pattani Malay-Thai mother tongue-based bilingual education program is a powerful example of how linguistically inclusive education can address both academic disparities and broader social tensions. Despite facing political and logistical challenges, the program has demonstrated that valuing minority languages can lead to improved learning outcomes, stronger community engagement, and step towards peaceful coexistence. As long as we nurture our very own cultural identity language, and we try to have inclusivity among all, then everything would be very beautiful and peaceful, because we will be able to communicate to one another, share different cultures, but with one purpose. Then everything will be good.
So, reflecting on the Philippines' MTB-MLE policy and the Pattani Malay-Thai mother tongue-based bilingual education program, we see how vital these are in today's globalized education system. Both recognize that children learn best in their mother tongue, especially in the early years. As Filipinos, we appreciate how MTB-MLE helps young learners understand lessons better and stay connected to their culture. It builds a strong foundation before transitioning to Filipino and English and balancing local identity with global readiness. On the other hand, the Pattani Malay-Thai program also promotes peace and inclusion in a conflict-sensitive region. It shows how language in education can help bridge divides and build trust. These policies remind us that embracing linguistic diversity in schools is not a setback, it's a strength. They prove that respecting students' languages leads to better learning, stronger communities, and a more inclusive society. So that's all for today, and I hope that you learned something in our research about the local and international language policies. So have a good day.